Hi, welcome to Craft Creations by Peggy. It was a kind of a long day today, so I just want to say hi and let you know that it's going to be fun to be here tonight, and I'm glad to be here. So let's have a little bit of fun together. Let me see if I'm live yet. I hope so. Looks like I'm a little slow on the draw tonight. Looks like I'm not getting any internet. Well, we'll see if I get some internet or not. Let me just check one more thing. I kind of was worried about that tonight. Let's see. Thinking about it. This has been one troublesome day. So, let me see if I'm live. Yep, it looks like I am. Yeah, that's just my connection over here. So, it appears that I'm not live on my thinking pad here. So let me see what the problem is. Always a problem. Well, I really don't always know how to do some of this stuff, so it might be the same old thing like the other night when I couldn't see your... Let's go out of here. We'll go in here and we'll see, and then we'll go back, okay? All right, let's try this again. Well, doesn't appear that it's working on this device. So, you know, I'm about the worst. Let's see. Okay, it says I'm on. I don't know. Well, I guess I'm not going to be able to see your... I'm not going to be able to see your comments. So we're going to go just like this is a non-live, okay? Okay, we're going to go just like it's just been one of those days. I'm telling you, it couldn't be worse. All right. So we'll just pretend like it's a video. So hop on, say hi. Just know that I'm not able to answer back, and I can't even see what I'm doing here. So I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do anything with it. So I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Nope, I can't even move around in here. This is bizarre. This has been a bad day. Okay. Well. There it is. Finally. Okay, let's give it a try. There we go. Okay, I got it. I am on here. So I've got your chats too. So how's that? So look at here. Like I said, it's just been crazy today. Anyway, so we are going to do the June Club, okay? So I'm pretty excited about this, and I'm happy to be sharing it with you. And I see I have my lights right in my eyeballs there, but anyway, so the June Club comes in a package for us like this, and everything is in it for us to share this with you, okay? It comes with a surface we're going to use, and it comes with pesto or chalk paste. See that? Pesto. And it's with a cherry. So this is going to be kind of fun. So I'm going to grab my fuzzing cloth because it's chalk. And then we're going to pull this out of the bag and we're going to look at it here. And this one is called Sweeter by the Pound Cherries. And I guess we'll probably just do Sweeter by the Pound on our right here, and that's what it looks like, okay? So there's different things that you'll be able to use this for, and you could probably do both sides, which we could do very easily, but I think this will fit right on here. Yeah, this one, Sweeter by the Pound, fits right on there. Cherries would be really cute too. Cherries probably will fit. Looks like it'll fit too. Yeah, looks like the cherries will fit too. So we could put the cherries, and that might be a little more fun. I might like that better. Can you see the cherries? And there is some flowers down at the bottom. There's some flowers, some cherries, the word cherries, and this right here. And then there's this. So we could put these on each side if that's what we desired, okay? So let's check it out. Let's open the package. I have my bright pink shears here that I got so I won't lose them. I'm always losing my scissors. I'm always trying to go find my scissors. So I bought these so I would at least see where they were. How's everybody doing? When you're here, hop on and say hi. And one of these days, pretty soon, I hope that I can get just a little bit more settled with the internet. The internet is Starlink. And I think I live out in the country, and so I think that my Starlink is getting covered by the trees. I live in the middle of a lot of trees. So I'm going to take my wax, surface wax, and then I have our little rubbing cloth to put it on. And so you just go in there and you get a little bit on and rub that into your surface, and especially wood, or anything a little more sticky, so that your sticky transfer or stencil won't stick to it, okay? And so I might do both sides here. It depends how long we take and how long I talk. But anyway, so we got that done. And I'm going to flip it back over. And I'm going to take the other side of it, and I'm just going to buff it in just a little bit, because you don't want any wax in your stencil, okay? Because it'll plug it up, and then we'll have a mess, and you know, it'll be like the rest of the day. Definitely. Anyway, so I hope you're all having a great night. I hope this is kind of fun for you, just to see what's happening with our monthly club. Monthly club is really fun to get because it comes straight to you only, and you get your very own every month, and it's like your own package in the mail. How fun is that? Okay, so let's open up. Let's set this aside. Let's open up our I'm going to take off my jacket. It's a little bit chilled. Our weather is probably about 62, 65 maybe. So it's kind of hard to get a real good warm feel. Sometimes it'll be the window blowing, it'll be chilly. I live near the Pacific Ocean, so yeah. So don't forget, I'll remind you once again, it's in the package. The directions are on the back to help you remember. The package is for you to keep and put your stencil back in when you're all done. So don't cut it, just pull it apart, okay? And then the back of it is yellow now. So if you have the newer ones, they're yellow on the back. So, and then we're just going to take and decide, I think we will do the cherries right down here. I think that's pretty cute. Yeah, I think so. So let's just do that. Let's take it off and fuzz it a little bit. Just put it on there and give it a good little fuzz. Yeah. The other night we did ours, and it was actually the May Club when I said it was April, but that's what it said on the back. So that was a little confusing, but it was kind of fun. Keeps me on my toes, right? Okay, so we're going to fuzz that a little bit. And then I have my wet wipes out and ready, because I'm a little bit sloppy. And then I've got 2 dishes to put our paste in. And yeah, get a couple of squeegees here ready. I got a couple skinny ones that I cut in half. So I took a squeegee and cut it in half, so I had a small one. And then I have our tool. And then let's take this. And so when you do these, you want to squish them up a little bit and get them worked up so that they're stirred. It's kind of like my dish when I stir. I just, you know, mix it up. So this way you're mixing it up. I'm going to cut the bottom and I'm going to put it in my tray. Okay. So I'm just going to cut that bottom off. And if I decide I want to save some, I can save some. I can just fold that over. And I'm going to just squeeze it down here in one of our little trays. And that's more than plenty to make your design. Okay. More than plenty. I've probably squeezed out a little too much. So yes. And then you just fold that over. And then you can put a little bit of Scotch tape on there when you're done. So we got that one. And then we have our pesto. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to mix that up inside the package. And this way you have enough to do 3, maybe 4 designs, okay? And you don't have to buy a great big package. And just cut that off, and then take a little bit and squeeze that out. And you can always add more if you need it. You can always add more if you need it, okay? So I'm just going to set it out of the way over there. And what I do is I do have some jars. And so when I have my jars, I just go open them with my leftover if I have that color. Okay, so then I'm just going to take this and fuzz it a time or two again. Make sure it's nice and ready to rock and roll. And I'm going to set this aside. And then I'm going to bring my piece over. We're going to place this on here and see, make sure that it fits. And by golly, it fits just right. So that is very fun. Now, the fun part about this is totally making sure that everything's on here and it just fits, you guys. And I'll turn this around so you can see. It just fits. Just fits perfect. Now, the only thing that you're going to see down here at the bottom is the cherry on the side, which you're not, you could put it on there, but it doesn't fit. So can you see that? See, it just fits perfect right down here and right on the bottom. So that's going to be really cute. Okay. So we're just going to get that ready. And we're going to do the stems. Let's see here. Let's do cherries. Let's do the stems first. Let's try to do them, the green and that. So let me get some of my pesto. We're going to do this. And we're just going to get the green leaves. Try not to go over on my cherries. I always talk and then I get kind of crazy with my chalking abilities here. I know, it's so funny. So, you guys, we are having so much fun doing our collaborations that we have so many new things and so many exciting, fun things for you to share with your family and friends. And I'm just going to turn this around so I can get to the side here and get my stems. And a little stem there. Okay. And then a little stem over here. We're just going to go, and I got to look real close. I kind of see a stem inside the cherry over there. So I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do that. And see if I can do it. Get it right there. And, I might be able to. I might have to take a brush. Let's take a brush. Let's take a brush. We're going to take a brush, you guys. Take a brush. And just go down the middle there. And we got it. Okay. So we're going to see how that works. The brush works pretty good, but I can't get a lot of pressure because it's so next to the cherry. But we'll see. We'll do it. We'll do it. How fun is that? Okay. So we got a brush. and we brushed it. Okay, now we are ready to rock and roll. And see, I hardly used any of that pesto. And now we're going to use cherries, and we're going to use the cherry color, and we're going to take our squeegee, and we're just going to go right here. We're just going to go across there just like so. Oh boy, that's beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. All right. And then we're just going to go across the top there and scrape off the extra. Oh, that's pretty. That red is gorgeous. Isn't cherry's just beautiful? It reminds me of Christmas, right? And then we're going to go down here. And I am going to take another one of my, let's put this over here. And I'm going to take another one of my little ones. And I'm going to do my cherries. And we're just going to take it and go around like that. Okay. And we're just going to go into it. And cherries can have a little green on them. I mean, they're not always all ripe every time we get them, right? Hear my dog barking? Do you hear my dog barking? That's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. So not always does a cherry just stay green. We did have some at our house, and before they turn red, they are yellow. So yeah, that's kind of fun. I think they're pie cherries, they call them, but I'm not sure. Everything's different no matter where you go, right? Okay, so it looks like we're ready, and we're going to do our peel and reveal. And this is so, oh, look how cute that turned out. Isn't that just cute? That is so cute. All right, so that is looking lovely. And if you're so inclined, you can color in those leaves. You can take your brush and go in and clean those up a little bit, okay? So isn't that cute? Now we're going to dry that a little bit. And I'm going to set this aside somewhere that it's already rolled. And I'm going to dry it just a little. Okay. And it turned out just beautiful. And don't worry, the chalk doesn't take no time for it to dry. So then we can just flip this over and see if we can get another something on the other side. I kind of went over my transfer there, but I still might be able to use it. So I'm hoping so. So cute. It is really, really cute. I think those leaves would be just super cute. Just kind of etched a little bit. You could just take your brush, and I'm just going to mess for a minute. Take your brush and just go in there. Get a little bit of your pesto on there. And you could just go around the edge just a smidge. Just kind of get it. Have a little bit of fun there. And bring that out some and down. And edge that up just a little. Give it a little bit of a green. Yeah, how fun. Yeah, just take a little. I just like to always do a little extra when I'm doing it, and have a little, make the leaf look a little more real. Anyway, in my end, and this side was a little more yellowish, so we'll just fix that up. And it just depends on what color green. If you have your own paste at home, you can do whatever you want. And I like to just add my own little flair to it sometimes. And take your nice and fine brush and have a good old time. Okay, so just have a little bit of fun here. And we'll just dry this up and we'll move on to the other side. Okay, so yeah. And you can watercolor. You take a little watercolor and just, take it around just a little bit. Take it in and kind of bring it around and, have a little more pizzazz. And give it a little bit of your own little, and just go inside there and just watercolor a little bit. and have some fun. Okay. And you can make it bright, cheery, whatever you feel like, you know. And just take that around, get your leaves kind of, you know, green and looking just a little more real. So it all depends what you like and what, you know, what you might say. One of my favorite things is float your boat, you know. If it floats your boat, do it. If it doesn't, make it straight off and make it just as straight on as you would like it, okay? So I just like to have a little fun with my stuff and let you know that you can do extra things that, you know, we don't always think about. So when we share our time together, we can ask questions or have a little bit of fun chatting about things and say, man, I think you should do that in pink or blue or yellow or gold or whatever color. And you know what? I love that. I absolutely love it. Okay, look at that. We just filled that in really quickly. And how fun is that? That is so fun. It is just great. So, yes. And I just did it again. I don't know how to. Okay, we'll go back. There we go. All right, so we'll dry that a little bit. And now I've showed you how to do that. And just fix up anything that you want to. We'll dry that quickly. And then we're going to turn this over. And we are going to do the other side, I think. I think I'll do a little bit of cherry stuff on the other side. I just think that's beautiful. What do you think? Isn't that cute? I like the watercolor idea, and it just gave it just that extra little, yeah. Okay? So how fun is that? Okay, I think that's dry. See how amazing? Look how fast that dries. That's incredible, isn't it? All right, so that is totally incredible. Now we're going to use the same colors because, let's see, let's do it that way. Okay, now I already fuzzed it because we took care of what we were doing earlier. And this one, we're going to set this right on here, right on the bottom. And we're just going to go like that, maybe just a little bit over. Just a little. Set that down just a little bit. And I'm going to use some red. I'm going to use some red around the edges and the words. And probably the cherries on the top. Or maybe, let's see, let me take off a little bit off my transfer there. There we go. There was a little bit of a blob, so I took it off. I get it on my fingers and everywhere else. I'm going to clean this off because I want to use it again, I think. Okay, there we go. And then you want to make sure it's dry. Don't get it too damp. All right, now I'll probably use that. And then let's use this. You put the green on the bottom. Let's go around here like this. Put the green here. And I don't want the green, I don't think, on the sweeter. So we'll put this around the edge. Okay. Put that right there. And let's see. Let's go right here then. Let's go like this. See if we can get that right up there. There's that. There. Yeah, we got that. Make sure I didn't get any red in there. And then we're going to come around there and get just that little edging around there. Okay, I think we got that. Take off the excess. Go around there and take off your excess around the edges. That helps to make sure that you got what you needed. And then I'm going to try to get this around here and not touch the sweeter and the portion above with the scale. Now there's a scale right here in the middle. And so, that might be, I think the scale, isn't it? The scale, if I remember right, a lot of the scales back then were red. But, you know, maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know at all. So I'm just trying to use the colors that we have in our scheme right now. And, oh, I got a little bit over there. Now let's see. I'm going to take my red. I'm going to go in here, dip it in my cherry, and I'm just going to take it and put it on there. Okay. And I did go over just a tiny bit, but I'm hoping it won't matter. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. And here we go. And I get kind of quiet when I'm working like this, but it's okay. Okay, and then we're going to put some fresh cherries right up here. And then we're going to do a little bit of green up here. Let me see. I'm going to take my brush. I'm going to try to make that happen. Just going to put a little bit right there. And a little bit of green on those, on the leaves. These are little cherry, pieces of cherry, not pieces, clusters, that's it. Clusters of cherry, right? Okay, so we'll try to get it as much as I can in there without getting it too, okay. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna wipe that off, and then we're gonna do some red for the cherries. I hope that turns out. I'm just messing around here, so I'm just using the brush. Normally I would only use my squeegee, but since we're in kind of a small little area and I want my cherries and my cherries on the vine to look real. Is that a vine? That's not a vine, is it? Cherries don't come on a vine. They come on a tree. They come on a tree. Yeah. Cherries come on a tree. It's a cherry tree. George Washington. Yeah. All right. So we got that. Okay. And I think we got everything there. That looks pretty good. Okay. We're going to wipe that again. And then I'm going to take my green and then I'm going to do the scale. Okay. Which I probably should have done that to begin with, but I wasn't sure if that's what I wanted to do, but that's what we have left. So we're just going to take that, and this is going to be fun to see how this works. Okay. So we'll take the excess, take that off, get that off. And then if you get your lines out, you know, when you dry it, you won't have as many lines for you to worry about drying it. Okay. And let's get that. And then let's go up here and take our brush again. And we're going to take our green. I've got a little bit of red in there, so let's get it out of there. I don't want red in my, okay. And we're going to get some green, a little bit of green, and go in here. And that'll go with the scale. Hope this turns out. It'll be really cute if it does, but if it doesn't, you know, you can always wash off your block and start over again. And if you waxed it, that will be even easier. Okay, so we can just go in there and get that in there, and looks good. Looks real good. Okay. All right, so that's what it looks like. And we just have that all ready to go. Let's turn this around so we can peel and reveal. It's our favorite thing we want to do, right? And let's just pull that up. Okay, we're going to pull. Oh, if I can get a hold of it. All fingers. All fingers. There we go. Oh, that looks good. That looks cute. Very cute. All right, that looks real rustic and real cute. Yes, I like it. I like it, like it. And our whole thing there was rustic, and it is very cute. So here again, if you just want to go around your edges kind of and just take that in, make it a little bit brighter, you can. Just go around there and have a good old time with it. Okay? And just, you know, sometimes when you're going too fast, too slow, you can, you know, have it different colors. Have fun with it. Just have fun. And anyway, this is really, really cute. And this is good, fun shelf sitters, you know, to decorate with. If you have a counter or a dining room table that you like to put things on, have a little bit of, you know, fun with your old fashioned. This is very old fashioned, okay? Very, very, very old fashioned. And then just take that in a little, take your brush and just fix it up. Just fix it up if you want to, or you can leave it just the way it was when you started, okay? So it's just a matter of your opinion, how you like things, you know, how perfect or how little. Some things are a little rustic that we have. Some things are more perfect. So it just depends on what you're liking. I like something like this. I like it pretty rustic, so I don't have any problems with, you know, going around the bottom here and just, you know, filling it in, watercoloring, having a good old time. And yeah, so, okay. So that's totally my rendition of, you know, each side of your board here and having a little bit of fun with it, okay? And don't make it perfect. You don't have to unless you want to. If you want it perfect, then make it perfect. If you don't, just go around there and, you know, have a little bit of fun, okay? See how cute that is? And our cherries are adorable. You could fill them into a little bit more if you wanted. You could fill in anything you want to a little bit more. I just say, let's dry it a minute. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So fun. So one side can be real rustic, like it kind of reminds me of the day when I was a kid and how our things looked when we were going. So yeah. If you're one for crisp lines, then make sure that you take your squeegee and make it nice and crisp. I was just having some fun with the outside, making it look a little more rustic, like my red. Look at my red. It just looks like we're in an old store. You know, we're weighing our things in. Store in the country. So anyway, how fun is that? Okay, so that's good and dry. There's our other side. Look how beautiful that is. And you know what? I think this is just really fun. If you would like to join club and get your own club to have fun with and work on yourself at home, practice using a brush, a couple of small squeegees, fitting your stuff into a small space, and then you can wash this off. If you decide that you want to put something else on there or use different colors, you could do that too. Okay, so I just want to tell you guys to have a great weekend. If you're watching the replay, just hit like, share, and follow, and I would love it. But anyway, have a great weekend and good night. Love you all.